We here at the Movie Ticket Radio podcast salute all the YouTubers who do all their videos because, I found out this is a lot of work. Hi, I'm J.R. Russ, and we're posting our podcasts here now just for more people to find and hear them. But, John Landecker and I are pretty much radio guys. In fact, folks have said that we have faces for radio. That means no pictures, no video, no graphics, just this. So sit back and enjoy the oral experience, spelled A-U-R-A-L. That means sound, not what you're probably thinking.
Movie Ticket Radio.
And welcome to the Movie Ticket Radio podcast. Yes, that's our official name, and thank you for joining. I am your host, J.R. Russ, with
your friendly co-host, John Records Landecker.
Yes, career broadcasters, and he's Mr. Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. And, of course, we have the Movie Ticket radio station that you can go to at movieticket.radio.com and hear the hits you hear in movies. And this here is a podcast where we're talking about the movies, and we're actually playing a few clips of music. Not the biggest hits, because you know what they sound like, but ones that are more obscure, which our legal department tells us we can do under the fair use doctrine, which means that we're kind of instructing or teaching about these songs. So you're learning about them perhaps for the first time. So enjoy those musical interludes as we talk about the songs you hear in movies. And John, what are we talking about today?
Well, let me tell you, JR, we are heading into the soundtracks of Suicide Squad, the first movie from 2016.
Lots of songs and a couple of interesting things in here. I found some trivia in here that might make this more interesting, at least for you and me, if no one else. Especially like people who were considered for the various roles.
Oh, yes.
Like Harley Quinn's role that was eventually gotten by Margot Robbie. Emma Roberts was considered. She turned it down, apparently, to do Scream Queens in 2015. But they also considered Olivia Thirlby, Imogen Poots, Alison Brie, Rooney Mara, Olivia Wilde, that's one of the bigger names, Emma Watson, Emily Browning, Zoe Deschanel, and then Lily Collins, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
The story that you're telling here about people who have turned down roles, Hollywood is full of those things. And it always seems to work out, though, that the right person gets the gig. Margot Robbie is perfect for the Suicide Squad films. I could see Olivia Wilde, perhaps. Lily James is currently, by the way, filming a Baywatch movie or a limited series, and she's Pamela Anderson.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. She's very good. I like her a lot. She's really good. Lily James.
Also, Amanda Seyfried was in this, and she would have been good in that.
Yeah, I could see her doing that too, sure. I think Margot Robbie's got a wide range as a actor.
Well, and Amanda Seyfried won an Oscar this past year, so,
right.
Like, who knows? So it worked out for both of them, I guess.
Yeah, nobody's starving.
No. So checking out the first song in this. It opens with House of the Rising Sun by The Animals.
Yes, everybody knows it.
It says Alan Price arranged it, but it didn't write it.
There is a house.
Where is that house?
New Orleans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They call it the Rising Sun.
But it's a house of ill repute. And then another great, and this is where younger people get introduced to older songs, You Don't Own Me by Leslie Gore.
This is the thing. I remember going to the movie theater, and I don't remember House of the Rising Sun, but I remember You Don't Own Me coming on, and I'm like, wait a minute, what are they doing? This is a song from like 1963 or something.
Yeah.
So this is the movie and the song that sort of got me really rolling on the idea and I wanted to know more about how current films were using songs from the 60s that were probably never heard by the target audience of that film.
Yeah.
And this is a prime example.
And we like to give writer credit because sometimes it's surprising. David White and John Madera wrote that. Also, another big hit in this movie. And, it seems like we've talked about Quentin Tarantino is a big music user, as are the Marvel films, but it looks like DC Universe is trying to catch up here and use more hit music in their movies to punctuate it. And Sympathy of the Devil by the Rolling Stones is in there. Keith Richards and Mick Jagger wrote that baby, and another huge hit.
Yes, and I think this 2016 movie is almost like a greatest hits album. I mean, this soundtrack has so many familiar songs from different eras. It's jam-packed.
Well, you go from Sympathy of the Devil and You Don't Own Me, which was the 60s. Now you've got Super Freak by Rick James. He and Alonzo Miller wrote that. To Dirty D's Done Dirt Cheap by AC/DC. Angus Young, Ron Scott, and Malcolm Young wrote that. So there's like 3 decades right there.
Right, but all big tunes.
Yeah, really big. And let's not forget Purple Lamborghini.
Purple Lamborghini, yes. Performed by Skrillex and Rick Ross.
Yep. Do you remember the scene that was in?
I do not.
If you look at the title, you'll know.
Oh, I see. Playing in the Joker's Club while Harley Quinn is dancing.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, probably I remember Harley Quinn dancing and I didn't pay any attention to what the music was.
Really good point. Yeah.
Yes.
Good point. Sonny Moore, which was Skill Rex, wrote that. I guess that's his real name. And William Roberts is Rick Ross's name, plus Shannon Cook, a writer there. And then another one that was in there was Standing in the Rain, which I thought was interesting because it was performed by Action Bronson, Mark Ronson, and Dan Auerbach. So they should just go by Bronson, Ronson, and Auerbach.
Attorneys at law.
Yeah. And also Vincent Bell co-wrote that, who wrote the theme from Airport, the 1970 movie.
That is random. How about that?
Yeah.
Then moving along, speaking of the hits,
Yes.
War, Slippin' Into Darkness, another big tune.
Yeah.
Written by Charles Miller, Harold R. Brown, Howard Scott and Lonnie Jordan, Lee Oscar, B.B. Dickerson, and Papa D. Allen.
Slipping into darkness.
I'd have to check, but I bet all of those people are members of War.
Probably.
Yeah.
A collaborative effort, as they call it.
Yeah, sometimes everybody gets credit.
Another big one, a guy who's now, at the recording of this, at least in August of 2021, now touring again, John Fogarty.
Fortunate Son, written by John Fogarty, performed by CCR.
Yep.
Great song.
I just
love
heard
that
a
song.
thing he's going to be performing and doing all of his solo stuff. Plus, he's apparently got the rights or permission to do the Creedence stuff. So a friend of mine has seen him several times and said John Fogarty is great. Have you?
No, and he's one of the people that I would love to see in concert.
Do you want to include Black Skinhead?
Well, it's in there.
Sure, okay.
I don't think we need to go through everybody who wrote it. It's performed by Kanye West.
And, well, this is one of those where we talked about before. If you've got more than 3 people writing this song,
Oh, this is, yeah.
You're not going to make any money on it because you're splitting the money up too far. So,
There's like 10 or 11 credits for the people who wrote that song. So,
all right, I'm going to put in the first note. Then the next person has to come up with the second note. That's how they wrote it with 12 people.
that's
doing
not
it.
how.
Oh, I know.
Please.
I'm being silly.
Which is fine.
All right, now we've got Gangsta.
Written by a bunch of people and performed by Kalani. No, wait.
I would go with that.
Kalani.
Yeah. A Hawaiian guy, I'm sure. Or girl.
That might be true.
And then over here.
I don't remember these songs.
No.
Performed by.
Hey, you know what? We have our house band here. Let's see.
Oh,
if-
that's right.
let's-
Hey.
Hey, Google, play Gangsta by Kalani.
Gangsta by Kellani. Sure.
Oh, it's coming. I have an Alexa and I have a Google. Hang on. Okay, Google, volume 9.
Too old
Oh, it's a she. That doesn't sound real gangsta.
Well, who are we to judge what's gangsta?
Oh, swearing.
Whoops.
We'll beep
Oh, boy.
that.
Okay. We don't have to,
Google,
but we
stop.
can.
Okay, Google, stop. Stop swearing. We have children listening. Maybe. I don't
Don't
know.
tell my engineers I said this. Holy gigabytes, megabits.
What was that? That Google is hysterical.
It was a Google swear, yeah. Oh,
My
by the way,
goodness.
speaking of Google, did you know that you can go, okay, Google, play the Movie Ticket Radio podcast, and it will go?
Sure. Here's the latest episode of the Movie Ticket Radio podcast. Number
Oh, that's
12,
awesome.
Space Jam, Volume 1 and 2, playing on Google
Listen-
Podcasts.
Listen to
Just
that.
so you know, you can set your preferred podcast provider in assistant settings. I sent a link to your phone.
Thank you.
Movie Ticket Radio.
Hi, I'm
And
Tom
welcome to the
Lineker.
Movie Ticket Radio podcast. Okay, Google, stop.
All right,
That's
stop.
And you can do that with the young lady too. I can't say her name.
Because she'll start doing stuff.
Yeah,
But we
so-
all know who it is.
My sister has a Google, and she still has the female voice. She calls her Mrs. G when she doesn't want her to do something.
Gotcha.
And oh wait, it's doing something else. Okay, Google, stop. Okay, Google, stop. And for Alexa, we could just say Miss A, because now she's gonna.
Yeah.
She's paying attention. Now she's listening to me. Well, hey, that's one more listener we've got, so I guess that's
Okay.
okay. We'll take
All
it.
right, where are we now?
No better. No better.
By Kevin Gates.
Yeah, and again, written. If it's over 3 people writing, we're no longer going to give writing credits. Although I do like Lunch Money Lewis.
Oh, he's one of my favorite songwriters. I'm only kidding.
Gamal is his real name, but Lunch Money, I like that.
Then, of course, we got Black Sabbath doing Paranoid.
Yeah.
We all know what that is.
Oh, John Osborne.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, but his real name's John. See in there in the
I
credits?
did not know that.
No.
Well, what do you know?
Hey, that was your best impression of Johnny Carson.
I did not know that.
Written by Geezer Butler and Tony Amani and Ozzy and Bill Ward. Oh, okay. We'll have to give 4 writers. We'll read off 4 names, but no more than 4.
Okay.
Another one here, Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. So that's that's a pretty recent song. Jack White, of course, the lead singer there. So a big one. And another song by Eminem that's probably from the 2000s, Without Me, written by Eminem, Jeff Bass, and others.
And then one of the bigger hits, written by and performed by Norman Greenbaum, Spirit in the Sky. Yeah.
What instrument is that, by the way?
I don't know. I'd have to go listen to it again. I certainly know what you're talking about, but it doesn't. I don't know.
I don't know, a keyboard maybe? I don't know. They were really kind of pre-synthesizer.
Oh, absolutely. But not.
They were electronic stuff.
They
out
were
there.
electronic by then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keyboards.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to try to find it. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? I have a screen on here. Let's just see if I can see him playing something. Okay, Google, play Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum.
Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum. Sure.
Now we have to sit through a commercial for Wawa, which is a local fast food place here.
There we go.
But it's not a video. It's just shows the album art.
Wait a minute.
I can bring it over closer.
Probably
Check it out.
that's a guitar.
Yeah, with a fuzz tone on it.
Yeah, it's a distortion. There's so much distortion on it. It's sort of got to be a guitar.
Yeah. Okay, Google, stop. All right. Hey, the house band working out here, John.
Yeah. Then what?
Come, baby, come.
Performed by KZ. No, K7. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was KZ also.
Well, I thought if it's KZ, well, no, that can't be. Then there'd be copyright infringement from Jay-Z if people kept putting initials and then Z, like BZ or AZ.
Or ZZ. Oh, ZZ Top could sue.
Top.
Right there.
Yeah, there you go.
And so I don't know. I mean, this certainly sounds like a command, come baby come, but is it sexual in nature?
I would bet money.
Or
yes.
is it betting for someone to follow you?
No.
I do like that it was written by, or is there courtesy of Tommy Boy Music. Here's my favorite Tommy Boy link.
Please go away. Let me sleep for the love of...
Oh, man.
I love that movie.
Chris Farley, he was so great.
Oh, man. For the love of God! In a van down by the river.
Oh, man, he is missed. Let me tell you.
All right. Now we got Symphony number 3.
I just put this in here. I mean, it's like the Symphony of Sorrowful Songs, the 3, lento, which means slow, I think, in Italian.
Yeah.
But it's performed by the Narodowa Orchestra Savanja Polskiego Reda, which I think is the Polish National Radio Symphony Orchestra.
Very cool.
So, being that I have a rich Polish heritage, I had to include that. And,
well, no, it's in the movie. It's good.
And for all the other Europeans out there, the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Which everyone is familiar with, written by Freddie Mercury and performed by Queen.
I know. Again, a huge, huge hit in this movie.
Yeah.
And another cool song by 21 Pilots, Heathens. Are you familiar with that?
Not really.
Tyler Joseph wrote it. It's all my friends are heathens when we go. Chuko. Yeah, it's a cool. Came out in the 20-teens.
It's amazing the amount of stuff I don't know. It's just amazing.
Well, I said I had a break there for a couple of years of playing some top 40. And
that's right.
So I had an introduction to some of the newer stuff and also what they called recurrence, which was stuff that was 10 years old.
Right, right.
I know a little about the 2000s. And, of course, going back into working in radio makes me a sucker for Pain.
Which is one of the tunes performed by, oh, my God. Let's see, Lil Wayne, Wiz Khalifa, Imagine...
Not Little, Lil.
Oh, Lil
Wayne.
Wiz Khalifa, Imagine Dragons, Logic, Ty Dolla $ign, and Ex-Ambassadors.
It's either 10 ambassadors or ex-ambassadors.
True that.
Written by more than 4 people, so we're not mentioning them.
And that wraps up Suicide Squad.
Yeah, which is the Movie Ticket Radio podcast, which is now available on your smart speaker. Just ask for it by name.
Yes. That is so cool.
Yeah, and then like and subscribe to us online. We're available wherever podcasts are, but it's on Google and Apple primarily. So those are really easy to do on your smart speaker, and you can always get the most recent one. And I think you could ask for other episodes too. And then you can also listen to Movie Ticket Radio, the streaming format that plays all the songs, the hits you hear in movies, at movieticket.radio.com, and it's on TuneIn and Radio Shaker and radiobox.com, all kinds of places. But if you just go to movieticket.radio.com, you can play the podcast. It lists all the episodes, and you can also play the streaming audio. So there you go, John.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, JR.
You know, it's amazing how we kind of are figuring this out, even though we had no freaking idea what we were doing when we started.
I really believe that that's the way a lot of things work. You start out and you sort of figure it out as you go.
Yeah. Well, and here we go, and we're figuring our way out the door. So I'm J.R. Russ.
All right. I'm John Landecker.
Have a happy day, and we'll catch you next time on the Movie Ticket Radio podcast.
Movie Ticket Radio.